Welcome to my next video. Don't forget to like plus subscribe to follow more amazing stories. Her name was Amina, a black nurse working in the maternity ward at St. Mary's Hospital. With many years of experience under her belt, Amina was not only a skilled healthcare professional, but also someone deeply empathetic, always dedicating herself wholeheartedly to her patients' well-being. Each day, she witnessed the stories behind the women giving birth, stories filled with pain, anxiety, and joy. However, today was different. When the new patient was transferred to the postnatal room, Amina noticed that something wasn't right with this woman. She was Maya, a young woman filled with worry. Her tired eyes and the silence she maintained were unusual. Amina greeted Maya, trying to create a sense of comfort and safety for her. As she began a general examination, Amina started to notice the alarming bruises on Maya's body. The bruises didn't resemble natural impacts that could occur during childbirth. Something suspicious had happened to this woman before she was brought to the hospital. The worried look deep in Maya's eyes and her painful wincing said much. Amina knew she had to act. She couldn't let a woman who had already endured so much pain continue to suffer more after giving birth to a newborn. She decided to inform the head doctor and then called 911. It wasn't always easy to make decisions like this, but Amina knew she was doing the right thing. She didn't expect the truth to be so shocking and unsettling. Maya was a victim of domestic violence, and the one responsible for her injuries was none other than her husband. Maya had stayed silent for a long time, afraid and lacking trust. The injuries on Maya's body weren't just ordinary bruises. They varied in shape, from deep cuts, bruises on her arms and back, to scratches on her neck. This showed that Maya had endured both physical and mental abuse for a long time. Maya's husband, Kevin, was a man with a charming appearance but an abusive and controlling nature. He always wanted Maya to follow his every command and never allowed her to have her own voice. Kevin did not hesitate to use violence to force Maya into submission. He always appeared sweet in public, but behind closed doors, he became a ruthless monster. Maya had endured beatings, verbal abuse, and threats for years. He even threatened to harm their child if Maya dared to reveal the truth to anyone. But today, with the courage and help of Amina, Maya finally decided she couldn't stay silent any longer. In the emergency room, the police were present, and Maya finally gathered enough strength to tell the truth. Amina sat outside, seeing that Maya had started a new journey, a journey to escape from violence and begin again. Kevin was arrested shortly after the police learned the situation. He was charged with domestic violence and causing serious injuries to his wife. The investigation uncovered what Kevin had done to Maya over the years. The police gathered evidence, including photographs of Maya's injuries, testimonies from neighbors, and, most importantly, Maya's own statements. Neighbors had heard the arguments and sounds of beating coming from Maya's home, but they were too afraid to intervene, fearing Kevin's retaliation. During the trial, Kevin appeared cold and unremorseful. He even tried to blame Maya, saying she was the reason he lost control. However, with the clear evidence and Maya's strong testimony, Kevin couldn't escape justice. He was sentenced to several years in prison for domestic violence and causing serious injuries. The trial wasn't just a punishment for Kevin, but also a warning to all abusers that there would be no tolerance for domestic violence. After Kevin was sentenced, Maya was moved to a safe shelter, where she began a new life with the support of social workers and new friends. It was a long and difficult journey. The first few days were the hardest. Maya often woke up in the middle of the night, haunted by painful memories. But whenever she felt scared and wanted to give up, she thought of her small child, the reason for her strength. Amina didn't stop at just helping Maya escape from her dangerous situation. She frequently visited Maya, bringing small gifts and words of encouragement. Amina knew that helping someone overcome domestic violence required not only emergency intervention, but also long-term support. She always listened to Maya, without judgment, giving her space to share her worries. Gradually, Maya began to find her confidence in life again. She joined vocational classes and decided to pursue her dream of becoming a seamstress. Every morning, seeing her child smile gave Maya more motivation to keep going. The little one, though too young to understand everything, always brought joy and hope to Maya. Maya's journey didn't end with finding her own life again. She started participating in community activities, becoming an inspiration for other women in similar circumstances. Maya wanted to use her story to help others, to show them that it is possible to escape violence and live a happy life. Maya began joining support groups for abused women. She shared her story in group meetings and realized that she was not alone. Many other women were also enduring the same pain. Maya felt a responsibility to help them find their inner strength and stand up for themselves. Amina always stood by Maya throughout this journey. Their relationship grew deeper. They were no longer just a nurse and a patient but friends, sisters supporting each other in life. Amina had given Maya faith and hope, and now Maya wanted to spread that to others. Together, they organized gatherings where women could share their stories, where they could cry, laugh, and find solace in each other's company. Maya also began taking counseling classes, hoping to become a counselor for abused women. She wanted to help them professionally, offering not only comfort, but also concrete solutions to escape violence and rebuild their lives. Studying wasn't easy, but Maya knew this was what she wanted and needed to do to help more people. Maya and Amina's story quickly spread throughout the community. Many other women, who were also victims of domestic violence, sought help from Amina. Amina was willing to help everyone, regardless of their circumstances. She believed that every woman deserved to live in safety and happiness. While helping Maya, Amina collaborated with various NGOs and women's rights organizations. She organized seminars to raise awareness about domestic violence and women's rights. These seminars garnered much community attention, helping many understand the importance of protecting and supporting victims of violence. Not only did Amina organize seminars, but she and her colleagues also formed a support group for victims of domestic violence. This group provided temporary shelter, psychological counseling, and assistance in finding new jobs so victims could be independent and escape dependency. Amina put a lot of time and effort into this work, knowing it was the only way to create real change. As time passed, Maya was able to stand on her own 2 feet. She opened a small tailoring shop, where she could freely create and make a living through her own efforts. Each time she saw a satisfied customer with her products, Maya felt proud and happy. She knew she had overcome the greatest challenges of her life and could now live without fear. One day, Maya visited St. Mary's Hospital to see Amina. She brought a small, beautiful dress that she had sewn for Amina's daughter. When they saw each other, they embraced, tears streaming down their faces. These were tears of joy, of empathy, and of humanity. Maya knew that without Amina, she would not have the life she had today. Amina looked at Maya, her heart full of pride. She knew that, despite her work being exhausting and often challenging, helping someone like Maya made every effort worthwhile. Amina had become a symbol of courage and compassion, not only for Maya but for everyone she had helped. The story of Amina and Maya became an inspiration for many. It reminded everyone of the power of compassion, the importance of standing up for those who are vulnerable. Their journey showed that, no matter how difficult the challenges, with faith and support, people can overcome anything and find happiness. Amina and Maya continued their journey, constantly helping other women in the community. Together, they founded a nonprofit organization called New Hope, which provided comprehensive support for victims of domestic violence. The organization not only offered shelter but also vocational training, psychological counseling, and legal support. Amina took on the role of executive director of the organization, while Maya was in charge of the vocational training programs. They built a network of volunteers and experts, all with the same goal of helping women regain their freedom and happiness. Those who had once been helped by the organization came back to become volunteers, contributing to helping others, creating a circle of love and support. In seminars and community outreach programs, Maya often told her story as a vivid testimony to the power of courage and change. She did not hesitate to share about the painful days, the times she felt hopeless, and the journey she had taken to become who she was today. Each time she recounted her story, Maya felt stronger, and she knew her story was making a difference in the community. One of the most memorable events was when Maya was invited to be a speaker at an international conference on women's rights. Standing before hundreds of people, she shared her journey, what she had learned, and the power of community support. Maya's speech received a lot of support and empathy from the audience. It wasn't just a story of survival, but also a story of hope and resilience. Maya proved that, no matter how difficult the circumstances, people could overcome and find the light. Amina and Maya worked tirelessly to build a community where no one had to endure domestic violence, where everyone had the right to live safely and happily. They organized many media campaigns, calling for the cooperation of authorities and the community to prevent domestic violence. They also coordinated with local police to ensure that victims always had a place to turn to and were protected. The impact of their story extended beyond Maya and Amina's personal experiences. It created a wave of change in the community. Many people began paying more attention to the issue of domestic violence. Many women bravely stood up, spoke out, and sought help. Social organizations became more active in protecting and supporting victims. The police and local authorities also took more decisive measures to prevent domestic violence. One day, during a meeting at the New Hope Center, Amina and Maya received a letter from a woman named Sarah. In the letter, Sarah wrote that she had been a victim of domestic violence. But after hearing Maya's story on the radio, she gathered the courage to leave her abusive husband and came to New Hope for help. Sarah expressed her gratitude to Maya and Amina for inspiring her and giving her hope for a better life. That letter moved both Amina and Maya. It was proof of the change they were making, and it made them even more determined in their journey. Over time, New Hope became a symbol of unity and community strength. Not only did it help victims of domestic violence, but the organization also carried out other community projects, such as skill-building classes for women, scholarships for disadvantaged children, and job opportunities for those in need. Amina and Maya devoted their hearts and souls to building this organization, and they succeeded. One day, standing in front of the New Hope Center, watching women and children laughing and playing, Maya felt her heart filled with happiness. She turned to Amina, took her hand, and said, "We did it, Amina. We changed so many lives." Amina smiled, tears streaming down her cheeks. "Yes, Maya, but our journey isn't over yet. There are still so many people who need us." And so, they continued their journey. A journey not only of helping but of hope, love, and resilience. Their story would remain an inspiration for countless others. A reminder that with courage and love, we can change the world, one step at a time.